Hello YouTube! Time for another speed lap. This time we have the grandpa here. Against our AG boy Noctis. Okay. Thing about Noctis we have to remember, most of the time, is his poking. Like his poking is really good. As you guys can see, the down forward 1 has tracking to one side, like that. It's +7, which is really good. Really good. But you can step it to the right. It is possible, of course. If it tracked both directions, it would be insane. Because not only does it track one side, it has jab crushing. You guys saw that? I can't recreate it that well, but I did do it once. There we go, did it again. You guys saw that jab crushing, right? It has jab crushing frames. There are certain setups that Noctis players can do when down forward 1 crushes jabs. So this down forward 1 is amazing. So that's one of the reasons it's amazing. One is this. Plus frames, +7, amazing frames. And of course, block frames is good as well. Right? It's -1. A -1 down forward 1 is amazing. Now let's talk about the second thing why this down forward 1 is good. It has mental frames. Not only is it -1 on block and +7 on hit, and not only tracks to one side really well on his jab crushing. Like some setups you can do in a way that it will crush more or less consistently. I don't know the exact setups, but there are some you can do. Maybe down forward 1 to down forward 1, let me check that. And now I want to. There we go. That's pretty consistent. Yep, there we go. Found it. But yeah, the second thing, as I talked about, is the mental frames. It has two follow-ups. One is the 4 and the 2. One's a mid, of course. It's a mid-mid. That's also a punish, which is decent. Good damage. But the main issue is the mental frames it gives. Especially this high right here. Because at the wall, this check becomes so much stronger because of this high follow-up. Because if you want to like press something on block, like a jab or something, and he just finishes this, like you block it, you try to jab check, you get splatted into pretty decent combo. Because Noctis combos are pretty good. And they're fairly easy as well. Like just do this kind of shit, I don't know, man. Like I don't know the optimal Noctis combos, but if the Noctis player knows them, which he should know them, they're playing Noctis, he has easy combos, then you're gonna be dealt a lot of damage. So it's very scary because of this little mental frame right here on down forward 1. And of course you don't want to duck it all the time either, because they might just randomly throw this out. But usually at the wall they won't throw it out. So one tip against this is maybe duck it at the wall, but even then it's not that good. The special mid? Yeah, it is a special mid. It is a special mid, that's my bad. I thought it would hit you anyway. So you can duck the follow-ups, but at the wall it becomes a little bit scary. A little bit scary. Because of the one little reason. I actually forgot this was a special mid. Good thing you reminded me, Sonic Swan. I actually forgot. As I said, I don't remember everything all the time. But one thing that makes ducking scary is how delayed this can be. Means you cannot fuzzy it. You cannot fuzzy it. Regular Doe, hello. Yeah, no lecture today. I had lecture yesterday, that's why I couldn't stream. And of course, the weekend I had the tournament, but yeah. Yeah, this kind of delay is what makes it scary. Because you can't fuzzy this, right? If I fuzzy it, I get up, I still block it. Or if I duck and try to punish instantly, I get hit, right? Like, it's not that scary outside of the wall, I'm gonna be honest. But it's still, this duck right here creates mental frames. What does that mean? That means he can do stuff like this. right? If you don't fuzzy correctly or duck a little bit longer, for example, you may get hit by a mid. So basically you're gonna be in a mix. They can do this into this free, this into this for free, this into this and mix you up. Or all that shit. Mental frames basically if you keep ducking down forward 1. But if you want to keep playing safe, that's what you're supposed to do. But at the wall is where it's like the scariest, because they can delay this so you can't fuzzy it. If you keep ducking, of course you'll be able to, you know, on a hard read you'll be able to duck it. But if you keep ducking, stuff like this will splat you, because you're gonna keep ducking. And you can't even sidestep it because of the tracking rule. Or, you know, something like this maybe. But outside of the wall, I doubt that a good Noctis player would use this instead of this, because this gives a wall splat. Or if you fuzzy it, they might just do this. And something like this will happen, right? You fuzzy, you get hell sweep. And you're out here saying like, oh, but I ducked it. But yeah, you stood up. Because it's a fuzzy, right? Fuzzy, get up, hell sweep. That's like a down forward 1 mind game that's very strong normally, that has follow-ups. Like down forward 1 with follow-ups is pretty strong. Especially the ones that are a little minus, like -1, like Noctis is. It's really good. Back to 1+2 underrated. This is very underrated. This is such a good move. Amazing ass move. This is like Armor King's back 4, and you all know Armor King's back 4 is strong. Very strong. And this is 1 frame faster. It's just as safe. It has high crushing as well. Wait. So let's talk about back 2. Look at this. It has the same kind of high crushing that down forward 1 has. Exactly the same. It's safe on block. It's -9. It has pushback on block. Stuff might whiff. You can of course step it, just like that. Both directions. But it's a little bit easier to step to the right than to the left. But this is an amazing move. -9. And it gives this on hit. And +6. So be aware of this. So usually you have to sidestep Noctis to the right. Most of the time. Like down forward 1 and back 2. Sidestep to the right. But some of the lows will still track you. Like down 3 for example, right? This is basically tracking. But as a Heihachi, if you force him to use this, it's not that bad because you get decent punish for it while standing 1. Roddy, hello. And something like down 2 as well. Like these 2 low pokes are the most common ones. The down 2, which tracks to the weak side, which is to the right. You usually want to step to the right, not to the left. Right? And it's 0. Since I am at down 2, let's talk about the down 2 mind game. So down 2. Usually, this move, Noctis players use this to track the weak side, as I already said. At least if they don't, it tracks the weak side anyway. It doesn't matter if they use it for that or not. It will track. So something like this, for example, jab, you respect the jab, down 2, can be a thing. You try to sidestep after the jab, this will hit you. And it becomes +1 on sidestep. Be very careful when it becomes plus. But most of the time it's 0. And you can jab, for example. But be careful not to overextend, because this has enough pushback to create a mind game. Like, for example, I'm doing the adjust frame, not just frame. I wish this was a just frame. It's not a just frame, it's easier than that. Like, you see that? Noctis has mind games here. It's called the jab mind game. See this? And I'm pretty sure down forward 1 does the same thing here too. Wait. Or should. Let me check it. Yep. See that? That's why the high crushing on these 2 moves are so good in that situation. Of course, as I said, you can sidestep both of these moves to the right. But sidestepping it in here makes it a little bit harder, because you have to time the sidestep. And sidewalking it is a little bit easier than sidestepping. But you can still do it. So basically the mix-up, like normal, neutral Noctis mix-up, looks like this, this, and this. And if they're very close up, they might even emo man you, right? That's how usual looks like. And the down 2 mind game, the best thing to do here is like a 12 frame check, but of course that has a mind game as well. For example, let's say Heihachi down forward 1 is a 12 frame check. Like, let's just imagine that, right? The Noctis has movement options. Something like a backdash, for example, can easily make a lot of things with. Something like that. I did a 12 frame check, like that. And Noctis player just backdashes, maybe something like this. There we go, there's a 12 frame check. I forgot Noctis, not Noctis, Heihachi had it, down forward 4. And something like this can happen. And of course this into this, right? Because Noctis is a PCZ with Punisher, down forward 2. So that's called the down 2 mind game basically. You try to check him, he has movement options to avoid the check and then punish you hard. Or not hard, and just back 1-2 or whatever. But will punish you most of the time. It is good. Noctis players can do that. If you try to jab a lot, they might do down forward 1 or back 2 to go under the jab on purpose. Maybe not on purpose, who knows. They just crushed anyway. And that will beat it. And if you don't do anything, they might just continue the pressure and just continue down 2ing you. Down 2 or down 3. Down 3 also beats, you know, jabs, high crushing. Now let's talk about down 2's extension, down 2-2. So this extension exists, of course, because if you want to duck it and punish it, you get countered launched. And it only exists for this. The second part, which I always say, is mental frames. All extensions give mental frames. Every kind of extension any character has. Unless it jails or stuff like that, right? This gives mental frames because, very simply, you start ducking this after you get hit by this. So what you do is you duck here, right? You duck because the high might be there. What does this duck do? This duck basically gives plus frames to your opponent to continue the pressure. So something like down 2 into down 2 becomes a little bit more relevant because you're ducking standing up, right? Duck, stand up, get hit again. Mental frames. I think that's its biggest strength, not the block one, which is also very, very useful, of course, but the biggest strength is that, the mental frame pressure. So what you have to do here is either, of course, sidestep left, but it's a little bit risky because this and this will track you a little bit better. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to sidestep against a character that has this move that much anyway. This is an amazing move. I'll talk about this after this. So what you have to do is you gotta man up and start punishing this. You gotta man up and don't duck it. A lot of people do this, right? Block this, stay down because of the high. Man up and punish it. With Heihachi you don't get that good of a punish, but if you play a normal character that has a 15 frame launcher, do that. Oh, I don't know, crouch cancel electric maybe? Damn. I don't think I can do it with Heihachi. I'm too used to Kazuya privilege, not being able to crouch cancel. Shit. Not being needed to crouch cancel because of a misstep. Yeah, I can't do it. But yeah, normal character gets a launch there, so you have to man up and launch him for it. And sometimes, you know, guess if they're gonna continue this. Sometimes you have to stay down. But you gotta man up. You can't let them bully you. Don't let them bully you. Hey, down back 1+2 beats both extensions. If you want disrespect, yeah, but the scary part is if they don't do anything after down forward 1. Just, you know, step or something, which is really common. But it can be used as a panic option because, you know, you have it. This is an amazing panic option that Heihachi players have. Very good. Okay. So this move. Let's talk about this. So of course this is mid, very fast, infinite range. This is one of the moves I call like unstoppable moves in Tekken, like King forward forward 1, Asuka forward forward 3, stuff like that. You can't beat this. And this is even harder to beat than those two I mentioned. King's forward forward 1 is slower than this as well. And Asuka forward forward 3 is also slower than this. This is 15. And it's harder to counter it because of it. And of course, just like those moves I listed, it's a counter launcher. So the way to deal with this, more or less, is to block it. You don't have any other choice. You can't really evade it or counter it that reliably. So you gotta block it most of the time. And it's -9. It's unsafe. Not unsafe. Safe. And Noctis players have a mind game here as well. Because the thing is, that -9 still creates a sort of mind game. One is you check him. -9, the thing is, -9 in general has a mind game. It depends on the character. Like if they have a parry, the mind game is stronger. But in general, it does have a mind game. I think it has a very unique one too. Like -8, -9 mind games have unique ones. Let me see just this right here. I don't know if it works. It does not. Okay. It will work on something slower like the down forward 1. But it doesn't work on jabs. But that parry is a part of the mind game as well. This one right here. I think there's another parry, right? I don't remember the input. That's not parry. With the shield. Wrong shield. There you go. That shield. Yeah, that doesn't work either. Okay. The jabs do beat it. A jab check is one of the options you have. Of course, you have a mid check as an option, but this will beat the mid checks. And if you want to like do something too slow, like wave in, try for a mix up or forward 4, stuff like that, he does have a very good disrespect option, which is up forward 1. This move is insane. This is one of the best moves he has. So this, one of the best moves he has. This, one of the best moves he has. We already talked about this. And back to one of the best moves he has as well. So his mids are strong. Noctis' mids are very good. So now let's talk about which move did I say? I actually forgot. God damn. How did I forget? Oh yeah, this one, the high, this. How did I forget? My god, up forward 1. So after this, they can do up forward 1. Something if you try to hell sweep him with Gaz or Heihachi, or the delayed forward 4, or forward 3, or dash electric, stuff like that. Anything that's delayed, they may disrespect with that. So that's one of the disrespect options they have, which is really good. And the hop kick is one of the other disrespect options they have. And of course they can step as well, which makes your slower check options a little bit iffy. Yeah, something like Heihachi forward 3, for example. Wait. Block this, step it. I think you can step this. I was just a little bit late. So you have to be very careful when it comes to this mind game. Some characters have better options than others, but gotta be careful, no matter what. Like this into hop kick can work. It can work, 100%. Or this into up forward 1. But now let's talk about up forward 1 a little bit more. And talk about why it's so bullshit. So it's a 13 frame high, right? It's basically like a Steve back 1. Basically like that. Of course it's worse on whiff, but it's pretty good on whiff anyway. It's worse than Steve back 1, but that doesn't mean much. It's still good. You gotta be pretty on point. Punish this. It has very good range. As you guys can see, like 2.1, 2.3, there you go. Very, very good range. Of course it can be stepped, more or less, easily. Like this. To the right. But it has a little bit tracking to the left. Okay, not a little bit. Full tracking to the left. I actually forgot, I'm gonna be honest, I forgot that this had tracking to the left. I guess it's more bullshit than I thought. But yeah, you have to step Noctis to the right in general, not to the left. The tracking this character has to the left is insane. This tracks, and of course it's a counter launcher, right? But one of the biggest things that makes it strong is what it is on block. -4, huge pushback. This is the biggest thing about it. Right? So if I try to check this with forward 3, which is a good check, up forward 1 to up forward 1 beats that. Which is insane. It's absolutely insane. Because forward 3 is an amazing mid check. I don't think there are better mid checks than like Heihachi forward 3 most of the time. There may be some with like good range, right? Jid forward 4 is one of them. But this is amazing because of the pushback and the minus frames. Because one, Noctis player can move very freely because of the pushback and the minus frames. If something whiffs, they can easily punish it. It's a counter launching move. If it counters, they get the launch. On hit, it's very good, right? Second thing is if you block it, you're very scared to press anything, so you go back to neutral. So sometimes they may even, you know, go more aggressive because they're seeing you just backdash or sidestep or respect the block on this, right? So it's very good. This is what I call DLC privilege. This move is basically DLC privilege. Of course, this move as well. And this move as well. Because King's back 4 and the Arm King's back 4 don't high crush as consistently as this does. Not to mention it's not as fast as this is. They do slightly more damage maybe, but I don't know, man. If you have any anti-Heihachi tips, just don't duck. If you try to react to down back 2 and don't duck. No matter what. If you don't have the life lead, you have to take risks, but don't duck. That's like the basic part. And when it comes to Heihachi mind games, be careful of forward 4 jabs and jab mind games in general. But yeah, let's talk about that a little bit later. Noctis. Yeah, let's talk about Noctis full crouch mix as well. This is very important. I think it's pretty strong. Because some good Noctis players, like a CBM for example, likes using it after wall combo. So wall splat, wall combo, something like this, right? Basically. Good frames, you tech roll, the Noctis player crouches, you're in the mix-up. So let's see the options. One is this one, 20 frame low, which is +4, forces crouch. It's really good. It's not a countered launcher, at least. It does this. At least it's not a countered launcher. But it's still really good. The other one is a 16 frame mid. This one. Which wall splats. So if you do guess low, and they do this, you're gonna go back into that situation again. So be very careful when it comes to that. And if you do block this, just remember that it's -13. Most of Noctis' lows are at least -13. Most of them. I fucked up. I'm so bad. There we go. So yeah, full crouch is pretty strong because of this move. And this move, this mid, this is safe. And it's the best kind of -9. It is -9, but it's the best kind of -9. The -9 with pushback that has amazing mind games. Like this kind of -9s, don't really think about them as like, oh, it's my turn now. Don't think about it like that. If you think about it like that, you are gonna get hop kicked. Or up forward 1. Or, you know, bad things will happen. Any minus move like that, -8, -9, that has a lot of pushback, has a very strong mind game behind it. Very strong one. Because your normal checks like jab and down forward 1, which are pretty good, like fast checks, will whiff because of the pushback. Or because of one simple backdash the opponent can do because of the pushback, right? And your slow ones can be stepped or moved away from. Or very slow ones can be counter hit. So it's pretty risky. It's a very strong mind game when it comes to those kind of moves. Let's knock this parry work on. Oh, this parry. This parry is not a punch parry. I fucked up. Wait. I fucked up the timing. I ain't better timing on it. Wait. There we go. I just wanted to showcase that it worked on kicks. So it's not punch parry. It works on kicks and punches. Works on everything. It's very good parry. And wall splats as well, so be very careful at the wall. It's a parry mind game, some Noctis players do like to do it. Like, I don't know, they might do down forward one to parry or stuff like that. Try to check him, get wall splatted, right? High end mids, yes, high end mids. Down forward 4 I used, this is a mid. But of course it won't work on knees and weapons and stuff like that, and heads and shoulders, elbows. Yeah. But it's a very good parry. It's very good. It's not bad at all. And this, yeah, the other one. This parry. I have to do down forward 1, I think. I want to showcase the parry animation. It parries you like this, gives a free aura. Right? This is free, that's guaranteed. And this, on block, it's safe. Mine's not, you cannot punish it. But this is a pure punch parry. Just like that. You can step it, of course, but if you do block it, it's safe. But at least they're close. It's not. It doesn't have pushback. It doesn't have amazing pushback. Okay, what else to consider? Oh, I think I have to talk about this mind game as well. Forward, forward, 4 combo ender, because it's very strong and it's very important to know this as well. So when a Noctis player combos you, like, doesn't matter what combo, right? They might end it with this. Like this. The purpose of this is very simple. It has like a couple of mind games. One of them is a down forward 2, which most people do know about it, but I'll talk about it anyway. So let me do like launch. Launch. How's my instant screw? Oh, it's up forward 4. Okay. Launch, up forward 4, that doesn't work. God damn it. So I just have to do this, huh? Like this. Down forward 2. So this is a back roll catch. You get hit by this combo ender, you hold back, get launched. That's why it's forward. That combo ender creates that kind of Oki setup. You hold up, you still get launched. It's a back turned launch, it's better, but you still get launched. Hold up, back, same thing. So basically, you do not want to stand up here. But of course the Noctis players also knows that you do not want to stand up there. Your options are like side roll, which is one of the best options, or just stay down. Or you can delay your get up as well. The options you have are like those that are the best. Side roll, either side. It's a little bit better to side roll to one side, but I'm gonna be honest, completely honest, I don't remember exactly which side is better. But one of the sides is better to side roll, because some things weigh with a little bit better, like this for example, which is another setup. So instead of down forward 2, the Noctis player might do this. Because this actually hits grounded very well. It can hit a side roll as well, and hit you anyway. And it's just decent to do because of that. So something like this, right? Into that. One of the options. They might also do this. Oh, that's very important to know. Wait. So this, and they do this. Very, very important to know. Because this is common. Of course, if you get up, you will block it. Like, it doesn't even whiff. It's that good, right? It has amazing range. But you risk getting launched. But then comes the side roll options, which will hit you a little bit like this. Side roll to one side. But sometimes this launches you. Let me try to remember. Like that. So that's why you don't just stay on the ground. If you do just stay on the ground, this launches you. So that into down to 2 is a combo. So that will float you and this will combo you. That's a screw. So do not ever just stay down, always side roll either way. But now let's remember which way is better, because Noctis players usually use this for side rollers, usually. So this one. And that's it. I don't remember exactly which way you side roll, but let's check it ourselves. So this will hit that kind of side roll. Let's side roll to the right. I think it hits more or less both sides. My bad. But I think side roll right has a chance of it missing sometimes, but more or less hits both sides. But I think side roll right may be a little bit better. But as I said, the OK is really messed up. You have to guess there most of the time of what's gonna happen. But one of the good options is, of course, is delay your stand-up. If they do an instant down forward 2, if you delay your stand-up, they're gonna whiff this and you're gonna stand up, basically. So let me try to demonstrate it. Bum bum. Instant down forward 2. Something like this, right? And you actually get a punish for that. Like, wait a little bit, then stand up. I think you even get launcher. Yeah, look, I electric. If you stand up with up, it's a little bit easier to do this than with back. I usually do recommend standing it back up with an up input instead of back. So delay stand up can work, but it has options, of course. Noctis players knows what to do against that as well. So be very careful when it comes to that kind of OG. Very, very careful. Like, if you have a lot of HP, don't stand up, because it's not worth getting launched again. It's better to take a little bit of damage, just don't stand up in that situation. If you have a little bit of HP, it's basically a mix-up. The Noctis player can just decide to do down forward 2, but it's still a mix-up, you know. They can still do other things. Yeah, what else to talk about Noctis? This move as well is very good, 1+2. I just remembered. And some Noctis players like using it like this. Out of nowhere. You're at the wall, they're backdashing, and you're trying to get out of the wall, and they just use this to get a free wall splat, right? Because this is a tracking move, very fast one too. So 18 frame tracking move. It is a high mid, but if they use it correctly, it's gonna catch your step, and you're gonna get fucked like this, right? Do a lot of combos. Noctis combos basically with like 80 damage. So be very careful when it comes to this. And when you do block it, remember it's -14. You can't punish it with Heihachi electric like that. I just did it, but it's hard to do. I would not usually recommend that. It's better to do something like this, I guess. Right? Even 1-1-2 is safer, but I like forward 1+2. I don't know why Heihachi players don't use it that much. Really good. Or this into this to make it easier. Right? But be careful when it comes to this move's cancel. It can be cancelled. It's one of the few moves that can be cancelled, but it's not punishable on the cancel. So this, when it gets cancelled, is -9. You cannot punish this. So unlike Delvigen's forward 1+2, which can be punished, it's -15 or 16 if I remember correctly on the cancel. Or Leo's back forward 1+2, which also is -15 or 16 on the cancel. And the same with King cancel. That can also be punished. The 1+2 cancel if I remember correctly. This is one of the few ones that are not punishable on the cancel. So be very careful when it comes to that. Because, you know, cancel it. And sometimes the Noctis player might confirm it. They might confirm it. Be very careful. Who hits themselves jail Not really. If you duck on the second one, you get hit like that. If this is what you mean, if you duck, you get hit. So it doesn't really jail. And if you press, you also get hit. Oh, no, if you press, you don't get hit. Okay. Yeah, if you mash, you don't get hit, but if you duck, you get hit. Damn, that's weird, actually. That is weird. Usually jailing moves, even if you duck, you don't get hit. That's a weird one, damn. Damn. I just mashed something slow and I got hit. Down forward 1+2. What the fuck? Down forward 4, I just got hit. Down forward 1, I got hit. The fuck? Jab, I don't get hit. Or 2. Or back 1. Down back 1, I got hit. Oh, it's the directional input. Oh my goodness, what is this? I just realized it. If you use any kind of directional input, like down back or down forward, you get hit. Okay, let's say forward 1. Forward 1 doesn't work. Okay, down back and down forward are the only ones. That's so weird. I've never seen this before. The down back and down forward counts as a duck, I guess. What is this DLC character, man? What is this? Let's do up forward input. Up forward 3. Up forward doesn't work. Up back. Yeah, it's the duck. It's the down back and down forward that does it. That's crazy. No way. It's actually crazy. What the fuck? Privileged character. I'm pretty sure this is a bug. If this is a bug, there's no way. This is 100% a bug. This should not be a thing. Like, this should be jailing, just like this. And even if you duck, it should be jailing. Even if you press down forward 1, it should be jailing. 100% a bug. Insane. You don't think any other move works this way? Yeah, I don't think so either. This is the first time I'm seeing it. A jailing move that does this. First time I'm seeing it. Biggest secrets revealed. I mean, it doesn't matter that much, I'm gonna be honest, but at least I know now. If I try a down forward 1 check, it won't work. That's insane. Bruh. Okay, what else to talk about? Down back 2, of course, you have to be reacting to it most of the time. It's not that easy to react to sometimes. It's 24, but sometimes you get hit, so be careful. Be very careful, especially at the wall. Like something like this will be pretty annoying, right? Aura, of course, in the neutral, it's not punishable, but it is -60. Maybe Heihachi can punish it, QCF2. Yeah, I think you can. Not all the situations. Yeah, not all the situations. Sometimes you can. Okay. Down back 1 options. Oh yeah, the down back 1 mind game. That's so important as well. Thanks for reminding me, Bears. This mind game. And I also forgot to talk about down 3 and the wall standing moves too. Okay, first let's talk about down back 1. So after down back 1, he also has this option, of course, which is amazing. This is a mid-mid. That's -5. You can step the first one to the right, but the second ones have very good tracking. Very good one. You can keep sidewalking and it still hits you, just like that. And this move, the first one, full track to the left, so you do want to step to the right, even this one, but it has very good tracking. Speed lab, dude, I always say to everyone that asks me that. This is still considered a speed lab even if it's for an hour. Normally if you lab a character, you need days or something, man. This is a speed lab. This game, fuck Tekken. So yeah, down back 1, 1+2, it's hard to beat with movement. And it's very hard to beat with backdashes as well, because it has a lot of range. Look at this, right? Amazing range. And you don't really want to block it sometimes either because the minus frames are so good. So in general, amazing move. Mid, natural hit combo, +6 on hit, -5 on block. -5 on block usually means you can step anywhere you want, backdash, move, or even press. -5 is not that big of a minus. Not to mention, this is a setup that everyone knows, right? Everyone knows the setup. If you want to check Noctis, too bad. Get parried. Everyone knows the setup. It's grounded and delayable. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. I forgot. That is correct. This does his grounded. Let me try to demonstrate that. Wait. I did show it when I was talking about 4-4-4, but look at this. It's grounded just like that. And the second hit can be delayed like this. It's an amazing mid string. And yeah, I was just about to talk about that as well, Brett. You can cancel into the roll. Down back 1 to forward, it cancels roll. You don't see this that often, but it has that option because it's a mind game between this, because you don't want to press anything or move because you're going to get hit on block, of course. Which I'm talking about the delayed version. It does jail normally, but if you delay it, it doesn't. Like right now it jails, I can mash, right? But it really doesn't matter. If you delay it, you're gonna get hit. And this into roll becomes a mind game because of that. And of course, in roll he has an option like a mid, like this one, and a slide, like this one. Damn, how'd that work? What the fuck? Buff Noctis. What's happening? And this is guaranteed, right? So you have to be careful when it comes to that. But let's talk about the most scary option. In my opinion, the scariest option is when Noctis players just do this. Like, I'm scared shitless whenever they just do that. Not this. Not this into that to parry. Not the roll. I'm scared shitless when they start doing just this. Like, so this mind game is very strong. It's -6, which it should not be -6. Like, definitely not. I don't know why is this still minus. Because what this means is it recovers very fast. So if you delay your buttons, you may get countered anyway by like a forward 1 or get parried. And you freeze because of the follow-ups. So, mental frames. So not only does it track really well to the weak side, it tracks a little bit to the right side. Like you guys can see, a little bit of tracking. You can sidewalk it. But sidestepping sometimes is unreliable. And then if you decide, oh, he's just spamming this, let me just, you know, try to mash away. He might do either something like that, or fast something. If you do something fast, right, you get hit. Or something like this, which is very good. This is very common. You see that shit? I did down forward 1. I tried to react to the block, down forward 1 check. Oh! Oh! See that shit? You will see CBM use this, and some other good Noctis players use this as well. This is a very good thing to do. So, mental frames, freeze your opponent. They want to retaliate, boom, counter hit. Very good. Be careful when it comes to that. Did I already cover back 2? Yes, I did. And I talked about how bullshit it is and how underrated this move is. It's very good. Damn. What else? Oh, down 3. So that's usually the down back 1. It's very strong, one of the best moves. How many best moves does he have? This, 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 and this is very good. Oh, I forgot to mention down forward 4. My goodness, how did I forget? So after that, I'll talk about down 3 as well. So down forward 4, this move. This move is usually used at the wall. Usually, but it can also be used outside of it, of course. What's its purpose? So its usual purpose is to catch you on counter hit. So something like this, right? Basically imagine you try to check him with like something slow, get the counter hit, and this is all guaranteed. That's its main purpose. This is all guaranteed. And then Noctis gets, I don't know, a million damage combo. Just the shit one, does 68 damage, right? I'm pretty sure you can get 80 easily from this. Now let's talk about the string by itself. That was its usual purpose. So it can stop here, of course. They can just stop here. And it's not punishable, -7. You can just stop here. But usually Noctis players will finish the second one. So this can be either like this, immediately, or they can delay the second hit. That means ducking it is not that consistent because you can't fuzzy it anymore. Yes, exactly, there is delayable. And yes, it is counter confirmable, because what Noctis players do is look at a hit spark. Either hit spark, like this one, or they can just see your character moving. Like this looks very different from this. You see the spark, right? You see that? There's no spark there. On down forward 4, there's a huge spark there when it's a counter hit. So they either look at that and confirm it like that spark, or they can just see your character trying to do something and just continue it. So the things to beat it is either one, sidestep right. Of course, sidestep right is pretty good, especially in the neutral. At the wall it's a little bit more iffy, but at the wall most of the time you can also duck this. But as I said, you cannot fuzzy it. You have to commit because of the delay. And you have to be very fast at punishing it. Very fast. So something like Heihachi while standing 3-1+2 is a no-go. Do not use that. Because this follow-up is very fast. See that? Very fast. You will get hit. The Heihachi while standing 1 can work. And something like that might happen. You do a 4, you get a float. But if they don't continue, you just get a 4. So pick and choose wisely. Kinda bullshit that it gets floated, I'm gonna be honest. Kinda bullshit, but it is what it is. Yegor, hello. So you can duck the second hit, and of course you can also duck the last hit. If you do block this, I don't know, because they delayed it and you fuzzied it, you can also duck this last one. The last one, of course, you can just punish however you want. You have time for it, basically. I fucked up. Thank you for the follow, man. Well, I think the most annoying shit about this is them just doing this. I mean, when it comes to strings, for me, the scariest shit is if they just do the first hit of it. And they use the mind game instead of actually, you know, risking the high. Same with down back 1. Instead of them like finishing their turn and allowing you to like sidestep out of the wall or just sidestep and move in general, they just do this and make you freeze. Same with this. This will make you freeze. That's why it's so strong. Be very careful when it comes to this move. But now let's talk about down 3. Down 3. So of course this is a low poke, but it has mind games. It has very strong mind games as well. And for one very simple reason. Because Noctis has high crushing with every move he does, basically. Like something like this, into while standing 1, this can be considered a check. Like if you try to step to the right, this will check you. Which normally you want to step to the right against Noctis, which I already talked about. You have to step to the left, of course you can punish it. But this is a check option. Why is it so good? Well, it wouldn't be that much of a problem if that was the only thing it did. The other thing it does is it evades jabs. You see this? That's the other thing it does. Now that's a problem, because jabs are an amazing option in -2 situations here. So as I said, everything Noctis does has an immediate high crush. Not immediate, but it's like jab with properties, jab crush properties. So it works with this. So if you try to jab, bomb, they just decide this. Wow, you get punished for a jab, right? And it's not only for that. It's only for this. Also for this. Wait. Look at this. You see this shit? Even though you're mine +2, jabbing is a good option, right? You're +2, jabbing is good. Boom. Get launched. Just magic 4. If you had the magic 4, it would be a decent option. But with the Heihachi, for example, since we're talking about Heihachi, jab is one of your best options to do. But even your jab gets beaten by while standing 1 and while standing 2. And down 3 into while standing 2 also tracks to the right. But not only to the right, it also tracks to the left. It also has high crushing. Oh, Sean, hello, bro. So yeah, good luck with that. You should probably go mid with your +2. The best option, I was just about to say that, is if you have a 12 frame mid, it can work. But 13 frame mid, we'll trade with this. Right? Like that. This will trade. And you won't get the damage advantage off of this. He gets more damage. So I don't know how worth it this is for you. Right? Not to mention, Noctis has the option of stepping after it. So this into a step, right? Something like this. You do an option like this, oh, goodbye. Goodbye, life bar. Goodbye, life bar. Just be Fang. Oh, exactly. Bro. Yeah, just back 4 with Fang. That's it. Just be Fang, man. Just back 4. It crushed her Magic 4 too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I did not know it crushed Magic 4. I just knew jabs. It's very dumb. That's DLC privilege. But yeah, just pick Fang, guys, and do back 4. That's your 12 frame tracking mid that's safe. Why not? So yeah, be careful about this mix-up, especially the while standing 1 and while standing 2. They're very bullshit, so don't be surprised when this just crushes your jab and you get fucked. I mean, get angry at it. It shouldn't be a thing. Say fuck this character. We can all do that, but at least, you know about it. Know about it and then say fuck this character. Okay, what else? Oh, sidestep 2. How did I forget about sidestep 2? This is such a good move. This is a very good mid as well. Dude, Noctis has so many good mids. Oh my lord. So sidestep 2 is amazing because it has good frames on hit, of course. Force crouch +5. And also has a counter property. Knockdown aura. Right? It's pretty decent. But the biggest thing that makes this so good, like it wouldn't be as good if it didn't have this. It's its blocks frame. Block this. Force crouch 0. If it was just 0, of course it would still be good. But it wouldn't be this good. So it's a forced crouch 0. What does that mean? That means your options are limited on crouch and he can just jab you out of everything unless you high crush. So this into jabs will beat something like a while standing 4 and stuff like that. While standing 4 gets beaten, while standing 1 gets beaten. But what Heihachi can do, which is very funny, whenever you are crouched in little minus frames, Heihachi has a while standing 2. Which is an amazing thing to do. This move is bullshit. Right? Heihachi's while standing 2. It's very bullshit. Amazing evasion, pretty fast, mid counter launcher. But you gotta abuse that bullshit. You're playing Heihachi. Your forced crouch while standing 2. Use it. Use the bullshit in your advantage because you know that's also bullshit. That forced crouch with 0. Of course, they can decide to do, I don't know, this maybe. Just counter launch you if they do it fast enough. Or do some other stuff that will track you. Just be careful about it. Domain, thank you for following. Good morning. What else? Yeah, of course, sidestep 2 mind game when I talked about it. It's not just buttons, right? 0 means you can jab, move, do literally anything, and just punish you if you do something as well. It's like a whiff bait. Basically, from +3, I guess, or +4. From +4 -4 frames. If you are in any of those frames, you're still in the mind game more or less. And the mind game is not that in your favor, even if you're plus. And it depends on your character in a lot of situations. Basically, Tekken is a complicated game, and fuck this game. Up 4, yeah, up 4 can be used really well there as well. But I think it won't work, it's too slow. In that situation. This into this. I don't think it will work. That's slow. Yeah, it won't work. But he can do some other stuff. Maybe back to a track because, you know, it's a sidestep left. Of course it does. Of course it tracks. What else would I expect? What else? Maybe down forward 1 will track as well. Let's see. Okay, that doesn't win. Okay. Faith in humanity is slightly restored. But back to tracks it, more or less. Yeah, but I think that's about it for Noctis, right? Oh, I forgot about the one very important thing. At the wall mix-ups. So I think Noctis is very scary in 2 ranges. One range is literally in your face. When down 4 is a clean hit. When this is a clean hit. That's when he is scary. Because his mid mix-ups actually can be used really well. In your face, at the wall, this is scary. Because this, it hurts, you know? Not to mention, okay, wall splat in some situations like this. So you saw that? That's a combo. Very dumb. And speaking about the emo man, I have to talk about this as well. Even if it doesn't hit clean hit like this, it's not launch. The second one. It's not. Minus 12. Wait. Let me try to... God damn this clean hit range. What is this shit? What am I looking at? Okay. Bro. Oh yeah, it's minus 12. And you cannot duck the second hit. It's a high, like that. But you cannot duck it on a non-clean hit. So if I try to duck, I actually get hit. See that? Fall down back, you get hit. And of course on block, it's 12, but no 12 frame will reach this. Most likely. Maybe Dragunov down forward 4 can reach it, but you can't punish this most of the time, right? That's a very good emo, man. Very good one. Hey, Jap, hello, bro. Hello. So all the best things you can do on a non-clean hit is just block it and play the mind game. Because even though Noctis is minus 12, there's a mind game behind it. Like when you go up levels in Tekken, you understand that frames don't matter as much as mind games do. And mind games are a little bit more complicated than frames. Lily up forward 2 will reach. Oh yeah, Lily's punishment will reach. Maybe Deviljin back 1 or 2 might reach, I'm not sure. Okay, so I was talking about the close range mix-up, right? So it's very scary because 1, you can't sidestep because of this move. You can't duck it because, you know, you can't duck the Demo Man because this is the mid. And it's a wall splat you, right? It's a wall splat. If you do duck, if you don't duck, this happens. It's pretty good damage, right? Pretty decent damage. Basically a Demo Man, but, you know, Emo Man. 42 damage if you do it correctly at the wall. Or if you do this kind of shit, you get a wall splat. Very scary. So you have to be ready for it. In the neutral, it's not as scary, because a Noctis player has to come in, like dash in and then do down forward. And stuff like that. And the one other thing I want to mention is the other range Noctis is good at, which is like this kind of range. And it's because of one very simple thing. Noctis has very good punishment. With down forward 2. Amazing with punishment. Amazing as with punisher and block punisher with down forward 2. And one more thing to consider when playing as Noctis is this move. They can't throw this out and it's safe. So that's why it's very important to always keep sidestepping to the right against Noctis. Because this move actually is linear to the right. And when it whiffs, you do get a punish for it. But sometimes something like that might happen, you know, bullshit. Just be careful. And if you don't get hit, it's still a win, right? You might not be able to punish it most of the time, but just don't get hit and don't block it. Nice punish, I know, right? Wild rank 1+2? Yeah, wild rank 1+2 is very useful as well. Yes, versus Noctis, not versus Noctis, as Noctis. Like right now, this is what I call practice mode illusion. It's not an illusion, like this is true, right? You can actually sidestep it with this range. But then you go in the game and you're like, I can't step this move, why the fuck does it track me? It's because you're doing this off a jab. The right way to lap this is actually like do like 2 backdashes and then do it. Something like this. And try to step it there. You see this? Oh, magically, I can't step it anymore. It's because the step is strict. See that tracked me. The step is a little bit strict. That tracked me as well. So what you have to do is continue step blocking. If you step block, it has more of a chance for it to whiff. But even if you block it, it's not that big a deal, right? But be very careful, as I said. It has deceptive tracking. Very deceptive. Because at some ranges, you can't do a timed step. You can't predict, oh, this is coming. Let me just time my step. It's not how it works. Side step left is better for that move. It might be, yeah. But the thing is, you do want to go to the right most of the time. Because if you do go to the left, a lot of things might track you. It's a little bit iffy. Like sidestep right works as well, but sidestep left is a little bit better. I do agree about that, Roddy. Okay. Oh yeah, and one other thing I almost forgot to mention. I think Swan mentioned it, right? That you don't use this move against Noctis. This time I'm talking about Heihachi. Don't use this move against Noctis, please. If the Noctis player knows, which most of them do, they can just do this. So, basically... Wait, mistimed it. There we go. Like, down forward 2 is another DLC privilege he has. It's such a good punish. Amazing punish. Oh, and I almost forgot. Speaking of down forward 2. A lot of people say this has high crushing, right? On block. Because you can't jab it sometimes. Let's see. This happens. You block it. And you try to jab punish it. Sometimes jabs whiff. But if you do it in practice mode, oh. It never whiffs. Never does. But let me tell you the trick behind why it whiffs. It's pure hesitation. You see that? I just made it whiff. If you hesitate with the jabs, it might whiff. It's a little bit hard to recreate. There you go, I did it again. The jabs can whiff. Of course you want to punish this with the launch, you don't want to jab it. But when it does crush it, don't be surprised. It happens because of hesitation. You jab after I deserve the whiff? Fair enough, fair enough. Very fair enough. I love the Zaza, thank you. Thank you for the follow. But the thing is, people sometimes jab it when the Noctis has very little HP, like 1 HP. They're like, oh, it's gonna kill anyway, right? Just jab, why risk anything? So be careful about that. If you do decide to jab it, like try to recreate it one more time, there we go. At least do a mid, like 1+2, and punish with that. Case 442 is a cheap move, I agree, it is cheap. It's very cheap. What else? I think I talked about most things, right? I mean, 4-2 has a -9 mind game as well, but I already talked about the -9 mind game more or less. I talked about this, down 2. I'm pretty sure I missed a lot of stuff, but it's fine. Talked about this. Ora as well, more or less. I would talk about the rage drive as well. But the rage drive usually is the same as a down 4-2. But the difference, actually let's talk about it anyway, just so I can highlight the difference. The difference is this is faster, 2 frames faster. You can also sidestep this just like it's 4-2, but it's harder because, you know, faster, it's hard to sidestep. And it wall splats, unlike 4-2. That kind of wall splat. But the important thing, the biggest difference in my opinion, outside of the hit, of course you don't want to get hit, is the block. Because it enforces an instant mix-up at the wall. Right? This roll, instant mix-up. You don't have frames here. They have an option to do this mid mix-up, which you know you can sidestep anyway. It's tracking, splats, or do this. Enforce the mix-up. It's very important to understand that. Because if you don't understand it, you might just get hit by an emo man. You're like, why the hell? You don't even know what's happening, right? What did I say about down 2? I just talked about down 2 mind game in general. How important it is to know the frames, know the follow-up, know the options he has. Like something like this being bullshit, for example, and know what to do about it. This, right? But yeah, I'll upload this on YouTube. But I think that's about it. I think that's about it. Yeah, YouTube, thank you for watching. Big thank you for watching, YouTube. See you next time.